Television broadcasting started in the United Kingdom in 1936 as public service free of advertising. Now there is a collection of free-to-air, free-to-view and subscription services over a variety of distribution media, through which there are over 480 channels for consumers as well as on-demand content. There are 6 main channel owners who are responsible for most viewing. There are 27,000 hours of domestic content produced a year at a cost of £2.6 billion. Since the 24th of October 2012, all television broadcasts in the United Kingdom are in a digital format. Following the end of analog transmissions in Northern Ireland, digital content is delivered via terrestrial, satellite and cable as well as over IP. Television providers, free-to-air, free-to-view and subscription providers are available, with differences in the number of channels. Capabilities such as the program guide, video on demand, high-definition, interactive television via the red button, and coverage across the UK. Set-top boxes are generally used to receive these services. However, integrated digital televisions can also be used to receive Freeview or FreeSat. Most TVs sold in the UK come with a DVB-T tuner for Freeview, a rare thing in Europe. BT TV and TalkTalk Plus TV, both based on NewView, utilize hybrid boxes which receive Freeview as well as additional subscription services. Households viewing TV from the internet are not tracked by Ofcom. The UK's 5 most watched channels, BBC One, BBC Two, ITV, Channel 4 and Channel 5, are available from all providers. Current providers, other providers, former providers, revenue sources in the last 10 years. The balance of revenue for TV has changed from being split between advertising and a BBC license fee to being dominated by subscription services, both satellite and cable. Whereas in 2000, advertising made up 45% of the total revenue received, by 2013 it had shrunk below 29%. At the same time, subscriptions had increased from 26% to 45%. The share of the BBC license fee devoted to television shrunk slightly. The other category in the graph includes interactive TV shopping, program sales and AMP, S4C, analog terrestrial television VHF 405-line monochrome. The first regular TV broadcasts started in 1936. Transmissions were originated by the BBC, using the band I VHF 405-line television system. In 1955, a second commercial service was created using the higher band 3 VHF 405-line television system, administered by the Independent Television Authority. Both systems were superseded and finally closed in 1985. UHF 625-line color service. A decision was made to introduce a nationally coordinated network of transmitters using the UHF 625-line television system. The first station to appear on this system was BBC Two in April 1964. From 1969, the two VHF services also started to use this network, which took many years to complete. One reason for the long switchover period was the difficulty in matching the coverage level of the new UHF 625-line service with the very high level of geographic coverage achieved with the 405-line VHF service. Whereas the VHF system had less than 200 transmitters at approximately 100 locations at closure, the UHF system numbered more than 4,500 transmitters at over 1,100 sites. Over the next 30 years, whilst the network of transmitters expanded, 2 additional commercial services were offered. Since 1998, a small number of local channels have operated under restricted service licenses. These ceased by 2012. Analog terrestrial transmission ceased on 24 October 2012 following the shutdown of the last remaining analog transmitters in Northern Ireland, with the rest of the United Kingdom having undergone switchover in the 4 years prior to this. See digital switchover dates in the United Kingdom for more information. Some of the frequencies previously used for analog television are used for new high-powered digital terrestrial television services, while others are earmarked for use by 4G mobile data networks. As of January 2009, BBC One, BBC Two, ITV and Channel 4 broadcast from a network of 1,134 transmitters. Channel 5 broadcasts from 52 transmitters, and the restricted service licensed stations broadcast from 14 transmitters. See category transmitter sites in the United Kingdom for information on some of these. The transmitters are operated by Arqiva, without affecting the definition of the PALI system. The UK also used a digital stereo companding system on analog terrestrial television called NICAM, standing for Near Instantaneous Companded Audio Multiplex, and used for digital stereo TV broadcast to the public. It used the NICAM digital audio system used since the early 1970s for transmitting the audio carrier signal of a broadcast between two or more regional broadcasters, and sometimes to the transmitters, where it was converted back to an analog FM audio carrier almost 6 MHz above the video carrier signal. Reception of the NICAM signal was possible provided the user had a VCR or a TV capable of decoding the NICAM signal, which was broadcast on a carrier 6.552 MHz above the video carrier, and thus just 0.552 MHz above the FM mono audio carrier. The first UK NICAM stereo broadcast was made in May 1986 on BBC Two. NICAM slowly being rolled out across the UK and across the broadcaster's programme schedules over the next 5 years, culminating in the official launch of NICAM on the BBC in 1991, ITV and Channel 4 having begun broadcasting NICAM in 1989 and 1990 respectively. The service is sometimes referred to by its full official name, NICAM 728, the 728 denoting the data rate of the digital stereo information, adaptive DPCM. As of 2012, and the close of the analog service, the NICAM digital stereo system will be obsolete. It has been superseded by digital stereo and surround sound audio systems on digital TV platforms. Digital terrestrial television launched in 1998 as a subscription service named On Digital. Since October 2002, the primary broadcaster is Freeview, with BT TV providing additional subscription services. Ofcom reports that, at the end of June 2009, there are 29,700,000 television sets equipped to view digital terrestrial in the UK. 23 million homes have main TVs equipped to view digital terrestrial. 18,200,000 homes using digital terrestrial equipment. 9,900,000 homes where digital terrestrial is the only form of digital television received. Cable television. There are 3 providers of cable television, targeting different geographic areas within the UK. In all cases, cable TV is a subscription service normally bundled with a phone line and broadband. Small World Cable is available in southwest Scotland and northwest England. Pricing ranges from £10.50 to £80 per month. White fibre is available in the Isle of Wight. Virgin Media is available to 55% of UK households. Pricing ranges from £11 a month to £30.50 a month, with additional fees for premium services such as Sky Sports. Virgin also market V+, a digital video recorder and high-definition receiver. Virgin Media is the only cable provider to supply high-definition television and video on demand, although these aren't available in areas provided with their analog TV service. Satellite television. There are three distinctly marketed direct broadcast satellite services, to be distinguished from satellite signals intended for non-consumer reception. Sky is a subscription service owned by Sky plc. It is the dominant satellite provider with the largest number of channels compared to other providers. As of September 2011, subscription starts at £20 per month and rises to £52 per month. Installation is from £0 to £180 depending on the chosen set-top box. Additional pay-per-view films, events and individual subscription channels are available. Sky TV markets Sky Plus and Sky Plus HD digital video recorders. The latter additionally provides high-definition television. Sky TV also provides video on demand branded as On Demand. FreeSat from Sky is a free satellite service owned by Sky plc. Installation is priced at £75 or £150, which includes the receiver, dish, viewing card and access to all free-to-air and free-to-view channels in the UK. Existing Sky TV customers can also end their ongoing subscriptions and opt for the free-to-view viewing card, giving them the FreeSat from Sky service. FreeSat from Sky does not provide high-definition television or video on demand. FreeSat is a free satellite service created jointly by the BBC and ITV. In contrast to FreeSat from Sky, it does not need a viewing card. It is the UK's first provider of high-definition television without a subscription. One HD channel was available at launch. FreeSat now provides 5 HD channels: BBC One HD, BBC Two HD, ITV HD, Channel 4 HD and NHK World HD. FreeSat currently provides the BBC player in terms of video on demand, which has been rolled out to all compatible HD receivers, and ITV Hub is currently testing, available only to FUMAX boxes at the present time. To access on-demand services, you must have a broadband connection of at least 1 Mbit per second, and an Ethernet connection is required. FreeSat from Sky and Sky TV transmit from SES Astron satellites at 28.2 degrees east and Eutelsat 28A satellite at 28.5 degrees east. As the satellites are in geostationary orbit, they are positioned above the Earth's equator, approximately 35,786 kilometers above mean sea level. This places them above the Democratic Republic of the Congo. IP television. In contrast to Internet TV, IPTV refers to services operated and controlled by a single company, who may also control the final mile to the consumer's premises. BTTV and TalkTalk Plus TV, both based on a YouView set-top box, offer a range of broadcast channels as well as additional on-demand content. BTTV also offers on-demand content. FreeWire offers free and subscription channels to students at 40 universities. It is received on PCs and distributed via the Academic Computer Network. Janet. Mobile television. Orange, T-Mobile and Vodafone provide mobile television services for reception on third-generation mobile phones. They consist of a mixture of regular channels as well as made-for-mobile channels with looped content. Orange provide 9 packages of TV channels, starting from £5 per month. T-Mobile provide 4 packages of TV channels, marketed as T-Mobile TV or Sky Mobile TV. The cheapest package is £3.50 per month. Vodafone provides 5 packages of TV channels collectively marketed as Sky Mobile TV, with the cheapest package at £3 per month. Sky Mobile TV News and Sports is now available on the Apple iPhone on O2 and Orange. This service can be accessed over Wi-Fi and 3G networks. The service costs £6 per month and carries Sky Sports 1, 2, 3 and extra, Sky Sports News, Sky News, at the races and ESPN UK. Internet television. Television received via the Internet may be free, subscription or pay-per-view, and use a variety of distribution methods. Playback is normally via a computer and broadband Internet connection, although digital media receivers, media center computers or video game consoles can be used for playback on televisions, such as the Netgear Digital Entertainer, a computer equipped with Windows Media Center, or a PlayStation 3. Sky Go is available on the Xbox 360, providing both live and on-demand catch-up services. Ofcom does not regulate Internet television, nor consider the use of Internet television in its quarterly reports of digital TV penetration. Catch-up services. Since 2006, UK channel owners and content producers have been creating Internet services to access the programs. These services generally block users outside of the UK. TV Catch-up is the only service not owned by a current UK broadcaster. Other services. Other Internet TV services may consist of live TV streaming, in which a channel is shown as broadcast. On-demand video clips. Archive TV older than the catch-up period, which may be available free or for a fee. In July 2009, Comscore released research on the number of online video views in the UK during April 2009, showing that Google owned YouTube as the dominant source. Cancelled providers. In December 2007, O2 announced the rollout of IPTV services in 2008. However, this never occurred. In May 2007, Small World Cable stated their intention to roll out an IPTV solution across their unbundled network in early to mid-2008. This plan never managed to get forward. In February 2007, Virgin Media announced a hybrid IPTV and digital terrestrial service to target the half of the country unable to receive the cable TV services. In November, they stated it will be at least 2009 before launch. However, this never occurred. Channels and channel owners. Viewing statistics. Most viewed channels. The Broadcasters Audience Research Board measures television ratings in the UK. The following table shows viewing shares from 1992 to 2015 of channels which have once had, or still have, a viewing share of 1.0%. The figures for 2010 only account for the weeks up until the 14th of November. As of 2015, 15 channels have a viewing share of 1.0%, together accounting for 64.9% of total viewing share. Note: figures after 2010 are an average of the monthly viewing figures from Barb. Since 1992, there are 11 channels which previously had a viewing share of 1.0%, but which have now fallen below. In 1992, these channels collectively had a viewing share of 12.8% via analog satellite and cable television. This peaked in 1998 at 16.5%, coinciding with the launch of digital television. In 2009, the collective viewing share of these 11 channels is 3.5%. The largest individual loss is for a channel now known as Sky Movies Action and AMP Thriller, from 6% in 1992 to 0.1% in 2009. With the exception of Sky News, these are all subscription channels. Availability of channels from various providers. Key. British Broadcasting Corporation. The BBC is the world's oldest and largest broadcaster, and is the country's principal public service broadcaster. The BBC is funded primarily by a television licence and from sales of its programming to overseas markets. It does not carry advertising. The license fee is levied on all households that watch a record TV as it's being broadcast, and the fee is determined by periodic negotiation between the government and the BBC. Its analogue channels were BBC One and BBC Two. The BBC first began a television service, initially serving London only. In 1936, BBC Television was closed during World War II but reopened in 1946. The second station was launched in 1964. In addition to the now digital BBC One and Two, the British Broadcasting Corporation also offers BBC Four, BBC News, BBC Parliament, CBBC, CBeebies, BBC Alba and BBC Red Button. Independent television. ITV is the network of 15 regional commercial television franchises. Originally founded in 1955 to provide competition to the BBC, ITV was the country's first commercial television provider funded by advertisements, and has been the most popular commercial channel through most of its existence. Through a series of mergers, takeovers and relaxation of regulation, 13 of these companies are now owned by ITV plc, the other 2 are owned by STV Group. ITV plc, the operator of all English, Welsh, Southern Scotland and Channel Island franchises, had branded the channel as ITV1 since 2001, with regional names being used prior to regional programs only since 2002. The ITV name was restored in 2013. ITV plc also operate the Northern Ireland franchise under the UTV brand name. STV Group, which operates the 2 other Scottish franchises, has now unified the regions under the single name of STV. ITV has been officially known as Channel 3 since 1990, although this is seldom used to identify itself. ITV plc also operates digital channels ITV2, ITV3, ITV4, ITV-BE, ITV Encore and CITV, some with HDTV streams. ITN, whose subsidiary, currently holds the national news franchise, and ITV Breakfast operates the Breakfast franchise. Channel 4 launched in 1982. Channel 4 is a state-owned national broadcaster which is funded by its commercial activities. Channel 4 has expanded greatly after gaining greater independence from the IBA, especially in the multi-channel digital world, launching E4, Film 4, More 4, Music and various time-shift services. Since 2005, it has been a member of the Freeview Consortium, and operates one of the 6 digital terrestrial multiplexes with ITV as Digital 3 and AMP 4. Since the advent of digital television, Channel 4 is now also broadcast in Wales across all digital platforms. Channel 4 was the first British channel not to carry regional variations for programming, however it does have 6 set advertising regions. Channel 5 was the 5th analog broadcaster to be launched in March 1997. its analog terrestrial coverage was less than that of the other analog broadcasters, and broadcast in reassigned frequencies, often at a lower power from major transmitters only. The UHF analog network was only designed for 4 channels, and so a small number of additional sites already used for radio broadcasting were used to boost coverage. It was also the first terrestrial broadcaster to broadcast on satellite and carry a permanent digital on-screen graphic. The channel was renamed 5 in 2002, which saw an overhaul of the channel's identity and removal of the infamous dog. RTL Group, Europe's largest television broadcaster and a subsidiary of Bertelsmann, took full control of the channel in August 2005. Channel 5 launched 2 new channels, 5 US and 5 Life, in October 2006. All of these channels are also carried on satellite television, cable television and digital terrestrial television services. Channel 5 also owned 20% of the digital terrestrial pay TV provider, Top Up TV. In July 2010, Channel 5 was sold to Richard Desmond's Northern and Amp Shell, which then decided to reinstate the channel's original name, Channel 5. It was then changed to Channel 5 in February 2011. Desmond sold Channel 5 to Viacom in May 2014, and now operates under the Viacom International Media Networks Europe division. Like Channel 4, Channel 5 does not have programming regional variations, however it does so for advertising, having 5 advertising regions. Local television in the United Kingdom. On January 18, 2011, then Secretary of State for Culture, Media and Sport Jeremy Hunt announced his intentions to set up a network of local television stations across the UK. The initial plan was to create a network of local television stations, connected through a national backbone. This plan would create a television network similar to that of the network affiliate model in the United States and Canada. In June 2011, however, it was announced that the national spine plan would be scrapped, and a bottom-up approach would be followed instead, where stations are individually licensed. Richard Horwood, a former Trinity Mirror executive, announced that when the local television stations are first licensed, he intends to create a television network called Channel 6. This will be a network of local television stations, with Channel 6 supplying the prime time schedule. Another operator, which has announced its intentions to set up a network of local television stations with a television network connecting them, is City TV Broadcasting. That company says it is basing its operations on the City TV television system in Canada, but there does not appear to be any official affiliation with the latter's owner, Rogers Communications. City TV is initially bidding on a station to be based in Birmingham. Sky operates a satellite television service and numerous television channels including Sky 1, Sky 2, Pick, Challenge, Sky Atlantic, Sky Living at Sky Arts 1, Sky Arts 2, Sky Movies and Sky Sports. UK TV is a joint venture between the BBC's commercial arm, BBC Worldwide, and Scripps Networks Interactive. Both companies additionally wholly own a number of other channels broadcast domestically or internationally. Channels under the joint venture are Alibi, Drama, Dave, Eden, Gold, Good Food, Really, Home, Watch, Yesterday, plus a number of time shift and high-definition services. Other channel owners. The most watched digital channels are owned by the 6 broadcasters above. Other broadcasters who have secured a notable place on British television include Virgin Media, Viacom, Discovery Networks, Disney and Amp, Turner.